material well.
So then no need to worry about it, my friend.
Reg, how are you? What are you saying in this? What's going on here? You're kind of quiet.
Oh yeah, no, Adalia's just listening to everyone and making flower crowns.
Those are so pretty.
Do you want one?
Yes?
And
I would love some.
I'm gonna make her a flower crown and just put it on her head.
And I'm just sitting there with my legs like swinging, just super happy, playing my ukulele. Sorry.
As we're traveling, so I mean, so Leon's really new to Neverwinter, but I would have heard from what was it, Gundren, that it would have been once we hit the trail, it was going to be dangerous. So can I keep an eye out for any kind of like trouble in the distance?
Yeah, absolutely. Make a perception check.
First roll of the evening. Drink.
Roll it.
Well, that's a 10, so not the worst.
Not the worst. So you don't notice anything too crazy out of the ordinary. However, as you guys have been on the Tribord Trail for about half a day, as you come around a bend, you actually do spot 2 dead horses sprawled out about 50 feet ahead of you, and they're blocking the path.
In the middle of the road?
Yep, they're blocking the path. You can't get the cart through.
I mean, if I would have seen the horses at 50 feet, I would probably had Leon slow down, like keeping the cart at about 50 feet.
Sure. That's totally fine. I was just trying to make it clear that you couldn't get the cart through. You could tell that from as far away back as you are.
Is there like tree cover? Is it like just flatlands around and just the path is covered, or is there like trees?
So there's forest to the left and right sides of you, like it kind of like it. How do I describe this?
Is it dense?
It is fairly dense. And the way that this part of the road works is it's kind of like it kind of like chokes in, like the ground raises. There's like a hill on either side of the path that you would just like be passing between, if that makes sense.
So yeah, no. As soon as I make sight of this, and I'm gonna stop I'm gonna slow down the cart, and I'm just gonna be like, hey, Quillen, what do you make of that?
And Quellen would be looking back towards this beautiful flower crown that has just been placed upon Lady Myra's head, and looks to Adelia and says, "Might I get one of those?"
Gonna just kind of look back and just kind of like put my hand on my leg and just be like, never mind. Give me a second, y'all. I'm gonna go check this out.
And Adalia's gonna look at Quellen. She's gonna just like stare at him for like a dead 20 seconds. And go, violets would look good with your hair.
I agree.
Well, I don't plan on wearing it.
What do you plan on doing with it then?
I don't know yet.
At this point, Leon's walking up, kind of like taking a few, like every 10 feet, kind of like stopping for a second and just kind of scanning. This smells fishy.
Sure.
Nope. See. I jump off the cart and I run off to the embankment. You said there's forests, thickets. What's off to the side?
So it's an embankment that kind of closes in on the path, and there's it's forest, wow, bushes, bushes and things like that, trees, plenty, it's just foresty stuff. There's enough brush and stuff there, like, that you couldn't get the cart over, which is why you're kind of stuck on this one path.
All right, so upon hearing Leon, or feeling, rather, Leon's slowing the cart, I'm just gonna fuck off the cart and jump up the embankment, or attempt to jump up the embankment.
Is the embankment up by where the horses are, so that's still 50 feet, or is it right next to where we are?
It's like right where you guys are. Like, this is all very close together.
Alrighty
From
then.
this distance, can I see anything peculiar about the horses or any tracks leading off from the horses?
Yep.
Like,
So you can actually see, Leon, you can see from, not Leon, I'm sorry, Quillen, you can see from where the horses are, you can see like footprints and stuff leading up towards a path into the woods. And let me explain a few things here. At the same time, Leon, with your approaching the wagon, or not the wagon, but the horses, upon closer inspection, and you don't need to check for this, you actually notice that the saddlebags on the horses have been opened and appear to be empty, and that nearby also lies an empty leather map case.
Leon,
Yeah. Yes,
what is
Quillen?
it you see over
What
do your elf eyes
see?
Best I can tell is something's been here a bit ago. Well, whoever owned those horses don't own those horses no more. Hold on.
And where
Fair
are
assessment.
the owners?
My guess in a ditch, but you know, won't know until I see myself. I'm gonna step up a few paces closer, and I'm gonna draw my longsword out, and I'm just kind of gonna like keep it at my side just in case. Do I make it to the horses?
You do make
I'm
it.
going to call out to Leon that Leon, careful. We don't know if what killed these horses are still around or not.
Yeah, and whatever
So-
killed these horses ain't gonna pop out when we're 50 feet back. So keep an eye on me.
So as you
Yeah,
actually
I
say
know.
that, first let me just address Leon real quick. Leon, you do notice even further with those horses that they actually are the horses that belong to Gundren Rockseeker and belong to his bodyguard and friend Sildar Hallwinter. You know that these are their horses. And that they've been dead for about a day. You can see that right away. And you can actually see like black feather-tipped arrows sticking out of the horses. And this all kind of happens sequentially, like or not sequentially, but at the same time. And at the same time, as you're coming up on the embankment, Quillen, coming to the top of it, you immediately notice kind of over to the other side to the right. Did you up the left or the right?
I
mean, it doesn't
jumped
matter, but-
off the wagon to the right and headed up the right embankment, which would be the south.
Okay. So as you kind of come up on that right side, you immediately you see just standing behind a tree this fucking goblin just crossbow aiming at Leon, and across the way you see two additional goblins aiming their crossbows at him too, watching.
How close
I'm gonna
am I to the
like
horse?
take out my sword, and I'm just gonna like poke the horse a little bit, and kind of like move the saddlebag around, see if I can't examine it anymore.
Whereas how close you are, I'd say you're probably 15 feet away from that goblin.
Okay,
Well, I mean,
so
like,
on,
I'm assuming
right
I
ahead of
haven't
me
seen
on the
it yet. I'm
right-hand
focused.
side of the road, I see a goblin 15 feet ahead of me, and you said that I noticed two other goblins on the left-hand side of the road?
Correct. On the other left-hand side, on the embankment on the left.
What are our ladies?
Okay, so I want to get off the cart and then kind of like walk around the horses and like kind of peek and see what's going on. Do I see that he's kind of in this predicament?
Make an investigation check, because you didn't notice these goblins trying to hide. That makes sense.
Okay. Yeah.
Your passive perception was not high enough.
No, it's not. I'm just like, what's going on? Why did you guys stop talking?
Before things get
Ooh.
too hairy, I would like to use my high elf cantrip to cast minor illusion, but I'd like to hear what the other ladies are doing still.
I'm making a flower crown for Quellen. No one told me not to.
Quellen appreciates the flower.
You didn't
crown.
even like question why the thing stopped.
So my investigation is 23, 18 plus 5.
Jesus fucking Mother Mary Joseph. So high for such a level 1 character.
Yeah. Pretty damn smart.
And I'm so sorry. Explain to me again which way you were heading when you hopped off the cart.
Oh, I was behind the cart,
Okay.
and they had stopped bantering back and forth, and I was curious why.
Sure.
And so I walked her into the front of the cart, to see, like, beside the horses or donkeys or whatever we have, to look at their direction.
Okay. You can actually see on the left-hand side, as you look up, you can see one of the goblins. The one closest, that would be closest to you towards the cart.
Okay, has the goblin noticed me?
No, the goblins are not currently focused on you guys. They are focused on Leon.
Lucky me.
And I am working on this particular encounter does not have a map, so I'm currently hand drawing one. You guys will love it. But continue.
I'm excited.
What are we doing now that? So we've got we've got Dahlia, who's just making crowns. We've got Quillen, who has seen three goblins, knows they're pointing them at Leon, and Leon, you are poking horses with your sword right now.
Adelia.
Just for clarification, I'm not like randomly like playfully stabbing the horses. I'm like using my sword to like move saddlebags around
Sure.
and kind of like getting a better look inside.
You're poking horses.
He's
I'm not poking
anyway.
horses.
No, I got you. You're good. And you said, Quillen, you were wanting to use your cantrip minor illusion.
Yes, approximately 10 to 15 feet on the other side from the wagon of the horses. I would like to create a minor illusion of, and this is up to you whether or not you allow it, the visage of a female gnome.
Okay. Let me just look at how minor illusion works real quick.
I think minor illusion is smaller thing.
It is. It's no larger than a 5-foot cube, so medium or smaller.
That's why I went for gnome.
Yep. Okay. Yeah. No, I'll allow it. That's totally fine.
And I want to back up and go to Adelia, and tell her that I see a goblin.
Goblins, nasty creatures.
I know.
So
gross.
vindictive.
So go ahead.
Oh no, you go ahead.
I was gonna say no one's necessarily being super stealthy with the casting of that illusion. It does freak the goblins out. And so they immediately, like, the two goblins will turn to try and shoot at the visage that you just created. And that would, for me, as far as like a surprise round would go, would count as kind of that action. And with Leon, you being where you are.
As soon as they reacted, would I have a moment to at least draw my dagger?
Sure. Yeah, no, that would be fine. I mean, that's just a slight interaction. You can definitely draw your dagger. But like with that, like the visage pops up and the goblin's like, they make a really loud noise. So now all of you would have heard that. But with that, we're going to roll initiative for this fight, and then I'll move you guys over to the battle map.
No problem. Rewinding like 2 seconds.
Well, son of a mother!
After the bard pointed out the goblins to Adelia, she did draw out her bow and was ready to shoot one when he popped up the illusion.
Okay. All right. So your weapon is drawn and good to go.
Yes.
All right. I'm moving you guys. I'll move you guys here in a minute. I'm just copying your tokens over.
I want to be hiding behind Adelia.
All right. Noted.
Just gonna pat her on her head.
And I'm so happy that I have a friend.
I could use a friend right now, and it makes perfect sense what I freaking rolled.
I rolled an initiative of 22.
Okay, give me 1 sec here. Where's my initiative thing?
I got a 3 with an initiative bonus of 2.
I got a 6 with initiative bonus of 3.
I rolled a 1, guys.
No.
Oh, no.
Funny enough, it makes perfect sense. I have my freaking... Apparently, I'm poking horses when all this shit happens.
I also rolled a total of 22, so I can't remember who else rolled that.
Who has the higher dex?
Fully elven brother.
Okay, so then usually goes to whoever's dex is higher will go first.
Yeah, well, yeah, hold on, sorry. Let me... Leon, you are here. Oh, I'm just missing Dahlia. She is. You guys over to my really horribly drawn map.
You're such an artiste.
So, this is my horribly drawn map. Battlefield.
So there are 4 goblins,
There
not
are
3.
I should probably have hidden the 4th one, but yeah, there's 4. You couldn't see the 4th one, but we'll just say he reveals himself because y'all freaked him out. You freaked these ones out with the visage over here.
All right, got it.
All right, so I apologize. I'm gonna need everybody's initiative again. Lady Mira, what was your initiative?
I am a 9.
9. Quillen?
And in real life,
22.
22. Daly?
22.
Oh God. Okay. And Leon.
I rolled a 1 with a total of 3.
Ah, rip. Okay. Good thing natural ones don't count in initiative. All right.
About how high are the hills to my left and right?
It would be about a 10-foot climb.
Is it steep or is it like at a decent angle?
It's a decent angle. And yes, who does have the higher dex between
Dex.
Quillen and Adelia? Yes.
Yeah. I have an 18.
That's you then. I'm a 17.
Yep. So Adelia will go first, followed by Quillen, and let me just roll for the goblins, which they'll all take their turns at once.
No.
They had an 11. Rip. Okay. So, top of the round, Adelia, you're up first.
Sweet. So I was getting ready to shoot one of these guys. Honestly, at this point, I'm not entirely sure. So I'm just going to continue with that action.
All right. So, you're fairly far away. What are you? Which one are you wanting to attack? You guys can see everything on this map, right?
Yes.
I mean, I
each,
would if I
square
didn't
is
accidentally
5
hit
feet.
reverse.
Is that right?
Oh, one
and
sec.
loaded up everything.
Okay, who was just sorry? 2 people talked at once there, so I didn't get it all.
Okay, I'm good.
Okay,
I had asked each square here is 5 feet.
correct. Should be what it measures. Yep, it measures 5 feet. Yep. So, Adelia, I keep feeling like I'm saying people's names wrong. What are you doing?
Yep, I'm going to shoot the one on the left that's closest to me,
This
which
one
I
here?
have a longbow, so that's not even a problem. I can go up to 150 feet.
Sweet, do it.
I'm going to shoot him. Shoot him in the face!
Roll for it.
I gotta remember how things works. How does 13 sound?
13 sounds like defender wins. So that is one of the homebrew rules that I wanted to speak to you guys about that I didn't yet. One of my things that I like, I know normally with AC, if you hit it, you win it, right?
Yeah.
With AC, both for players and enemies, I prefer to play defender wins. So if you hit their AC, do not hit. So you have to get 1 point above their AC, unless the spell or something says it auto hits or whatever. So it's beneficial to you, but it's also beneficial to the enemies.
Yeah, what you do for players, you should also do for
Exactly.
It keeps your...
Yeah. So, unfortunately, 13 that is his armor class, so defender wins.
Sad face. Well, I have his attention now.
Yes, you do. Anything else on your turn?
Nope, I'm good.
All right. Next up, Quillen, you are on deck, my friend.
Quellen would like to move forward towards this goblin, and he is going to just go ahead and take a melee attack with a short.
Sweet, go for it.
I've got 11 plus 5. That is a 16 to hit.
Oh yes, that hits.
And I am going to do. Wow. 9 points of damage.
Oh Jesus! And what were you hitting with again?
That was with a short sword.
With your short sword? Okay. Describe to me how you absolutely obliterate this goblin.
All right, so I rush up to the goblin as he's looking off at the visage that I had created, and I pull my short sword and just swipe from upper left to bottom right, and just literally just slash.
I love it. So the goblin just kind of looks at you with this little short bow, like, and all of a sudden, and just fucking falls over dead, like nothing. It was nothing. He had no chance. All right.
There was just no way.
There was no way.
And that was I moved only 10 feet. I would like to use the rest of my action to move back the same.
Yep, sure, you're good. I'm just gonna fix your. There we go. All right, sweet. Anything else for your turn?
That's it for me.
All right, the goblins are up. So,
Yay.
the goblin, Adelia, that you went for, he's very upset, and he's going to go for you now. So he's definitely going to take a shot at you. Let me just make sure his distance good. Yep, it is. So, that is 6 to hit.
Oh yeah, totally hits. I'm dead now.
Oh, rip. So I'll assume that's a miss. So he just.
Can I just like casually parry the arrow out of the air? Just be like, nah.
Hey, the rule of cool. I'm okay with it. No.
It's just moving so slow, and that's why it doesn't hit me.
So yeah, he totally biffs it. So no good there. The next one. So this one. Oh, sorry. Gotta choose different things here. This one here is gonna take a shot at you, Leon.
Yay.
He's also. They are all wielding their short bows right now. Just you can see that.
I would imagine.
So going for it. That is a 6 to hit again. Wow. DM can't roll for shit.
Armor class of 18, y'all.
No, that's what you're talking about.
Let's go, Leon.
So he kind of shoots at you, and you just kind of sidestep it.
Just do a little lean back.
He shoots you, and it goes into the freaking horse. Like, no, you idiot! The horse is already dead. And then the fourth one
that was just uncalled for.
The fourth one that you weren't supposed to see, but I screwed that up. He's here. Is also going to take a shot at Leon.
Go for it.
Let's go again. Here we go. Ooh, that's a 22 to hit.
Oh, well. I wasn't paying attention to him. I didn't know he was there.
Comes up from behind. You take 4 piercing damage.
That's not the worst.
Nope. I'll mark it on here. Just 4, and you can mark it on D&D Beyond. All right. So as he shoots you, it just kind of hits you right in the shoulder, like scratches the top of your shoulder just through your armor. So you got a little bit of blood there, but nothing too serious. You're not worried.
Ah, hell.
All right. Next up, it is the Lady Myra.
Oh, goblin do I see?
From here, so it's not quite nighttime yet. So you can see this. You can see this goblin just fine.
Okay, I would like to cast Charm. And he has to make a wisdom save of 13.
Our first magic spell other than minor illusion today. Alright, so you are casting Charm Person?
Yes.
Alright, a wisdom save it shall be.
Of 13 or higher.
That would be a 3.
Yes!
Nice!
So as you cast your spell and say your words and things with it, because it is a somatic and verbal spell, you can just see the goblin's eyes kind of start to glass over, and then it just kind of drops its hands to its side and just kind of chills there for a minute.
Okay.
I know that's probably not exactly how that spell works, but that's how he's doing it for now.
Okay, and then for my bonus action, because I get a bonus action to inspire. I want to inspire. What's your name again? Oh my goodness. Sorry. Bad memory. Adelia?
Yes.
Yes.
Dahlia.
I want Adelia. I want to inspire you by saying
You
Adelia.
just want to like turn around and like shake me like you can do it.
Yes, you can. I'm gonna sing Adelia. You can do it. You can do it. You can do it. Okay.
So peppy. So
You can do
inspired.
it. So now you have an
Leon's over there poking his fingers together. I want inspiration.
So you got that.
So you get a D6.
Yep.
Nice.
Which can be used on an ability check, attack, roll, or saving throw. All right. Is that your turn, Myra? I believe it is.
I believe it is. Yeah.
All right. At the bottom of the initiative order, poor Leon.
Oh, Leon's next. Dang it! I'm so sorry, Leon.
It's all good. I kind of did a dumb thing by walking
Inspire,
up, but hey,
Leon
you
from
know.
the brush. You can do
Do it.
it,
You
Leon.
can do it, Leon.
Suddenly I feel so inspired with no inspiration dice. I don't need no.
It's those party
I'm
mechanics.
a big strong man. I don't need no inspiration dice. I can inspire my own damn self. Oh, okay, so can I am I able to make my way up the hill
Yes, you can. Let's
so
see.
I can fit myself right in there?
If you're gonna go straight up like that, yeah, you'll still have the movement. Even if like trying to crawl up the hill like that would have been rough terrain, so double the movement, but you would still have enough.
Yeah, no, I didn't. I'm gonna go ahead and do a longsword attack at the goblin to my
Don't attack the
right?
charmed one. Sorry.
Not the charmed one, but we'll see what happens, and we'll see what happens to that charmed one.
Yep. So you're
So,
attacking this one.
Can we
Yes,
give
that one.
the charmed one some kind of debuff?
Yes, we can actually. Let's see, which one do
So
I like?
I rolled an 8, but I get a 14 total.
There, that's charmed. You rolled an 8, but you got a 14 total. That does
Yep.
hit.
Alrighty then.
Aw, he
And
hearts
that's,
you.
8. That's 12 damage.
So tell me how you obliterate this thing.
As soon as I I demon like I just kind of like what's the like bear crawl up the hill quickly
Yep.
as fast as I can, ignoring the arrow scratch and whatnot, kind of hissing a little bit in pain. As soon as I get up there, take an underhand swing right at the neck.
So as you do, you just kind of come up with it and just
Come up right at the neck for a quick decapitation.
Ooh, I like it. So yeah, you actually do. You manage to you slice the jugular, but it just keeps going through. Like you were just trying to kind of only like slit his throat and let him bleed out and die, but you got a little too excited and lobbed the freaking head off.
All right, and with my two-handed for my bonus action for my two-handed strike, or my two-handed spine style with the dagger in my offhand, that's going to be a 15.
Yep, that hits.
And that's a D4. D4 for 6 damage.
6 damage. And is this the charmed one you're hitting?
Yes, it is.
All right. Give me 1 sec.
Does damage break charm? I'm not.
That's
familiar.
just what I was
Yeah.
reading. By damaging it, the charm is now broken.
It's broken.
I didn't know it was charmed, so
Yeah.
That's fair.
Makes sense. It's
That's
good.
fair. Nope, it's all good. But yeah, he's not charmed anymore, so we'll just remove that. All right, is that your turn, sir?
and that would do it.
All right.
I'm actually surprised I didn't kill it. I thought it had less HP. So I got to do my thing. I'll be back as soon as I can.
Okay. I'll run you through whatever we need to here, and once you
Yeah, no, I should be home in like the next 10, 15 minutes.
Okay.
Right,
Top of the round, Adelia, you are up.
Ooh,
You are
okay.
also inspired.
And a little annoyed at the one that shot the guy I'm working with. Like, that was a low blow. His back was turned. Just not a nice goblin. So I'm gonna shoot that one.
Which one? I'm sorry.
Over here on... Okay, for some reason, when I do things, it does not
If you
show
have
up.
the selector tool selected, you click and hold, and it'll highlight like that. There it is.
I
All
can see
right.
nothing. Oh, okay. It doesn't show up on my screen, but it shows up on yours.
Actually,
Really weird.
I was just testing it out.
Oh, there you go. I saw it. Yeah, he's 55 feet out, so yeah, you should be within range. I see some
Yeah.
green ones.
Within 150 feet? Yeah, no, it might just make it. Okay, so... well, I rolled a 16 by itself, so a 22
Yeah, you
hits.
hit. That's a hit. No question.
Perfect. And then I guess I will do 7 damage.
7 damage. Tell me how this thing dies.
Oh, lovely. I'm gonna do it right through an eyeball. I'm gonna just aim at it, and I don't like the look in his eyes, so I'm like, you don't need to see anymore, and let it go, and just right through it.
Just like goes all the way through, like tail and all, just like it goes right through. Nothing. There's just a hole, and he slumps over. Dead. Dead ski. All right. Quellen, it is your turn.
Okay, I gotta see what is the range of my short.
Short bow.
Oh, 80, yeah, we're good. I'm gonna wield my short bow and take a shot at the previously charmed goblin.
Go for it.
And this is a 15 roll plus, that's a 20,
What was it? I'm sorry.
20 to hit.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and that's gonna be D6. That's wow, an 8.
How does this thing die? I'm trying not to sound like Mercer, but like, how do you want to do this?
Right. So, upon seeing the Lady Adelia pierce the goblin to my right straight through the eye, I attempt to one up her.
By doing. How are you gonna one up her?
I just put my arrow straight through the bridge of the nose, right through the center of the eyes.
Right
and
in the
through
center.
that brain.
All right, so yeah, you do definitely, that obviously succeeds because you hit so well. It's kind of similar to where hers kind of went straight through and everything. Sort of similar, only because you kind of hit that more bony part. Yours goes through and just stays there as it kind of falls backwards from the force.
With that thunk sound.
Yep.
Can I just give him a thumbs up?
Absolutely.
Like he's like, competition. I'm like, nice shot.
Look back at Adelia and give the thumbs up.
Maybe toss a little wink. Wink. No.
Me just confused that he got something in his eye. Like, you okay?
You all right? What are these strange advances you're making right now? I don't get it. All right. So that's our first round of combat. You guys killed all 4 goblins. Well done. Fun fact about this, right? So for people who DM, like, you can build encounters and measure the encounter based on experience and creatures and the flow of combat to see if it's considered easy, medium, hard, or deadly. Technically, this is considered a deadly encounter for level 1 PCs.
For 4 PCs?
Yeah.
I could see it. Like, if he wasn't rolling so bad, we could be hurting because our HP is not great.
I did.
Yeah.
I rolled 2 6s in a row. And then a 3 on a wisdom save. Like, the rolls are not with me today. Which is fine. I'm all about it. All right. So let me pull up my...
It helps that they didn't get a surprise attack on.
They didn't. You're right. And with that 4th goblin, I mean, technically he should have, but again, I screwed that up, so I wasn't going to go back. It was my own mistake. All right, let's see here. So let's do experience real quick. This was... Oh, no experience yet, actually. I'm sorry. Sorry about that. we'll do experience in a little bit. Let's figure out what you guys want to do next. So
XP at this point is not monster.
it is. So let me see how. Give me a second. Let me figure out how I want to do this. That's fair. Yeah, everybody gets 50 experience.
Oh, I want to ask you, as a DM, do you count ammunition?
Is it going to be?
Exactly
Will it be primarily what you plan to use? I know as a ranger it would be.
Yeah, she's going to be mostly ranged with her longbow.
I don't want to be like the super strict DM and worry about something that
No,
tiny.
it's up to you. It's just, the way I've always done it is we just assume you go and retrieve your arrows after you fire them.
Yeah, no, that's fair. That's fair. I do like that. So no, don't worry about ammunition. We'll assume that you, for the most part, can gather most of your arrows back. Will there be times where you can't? Sure, but not enough that I think you would have to worry about making sure you were fully stocked every time you're in town.
What about maybe once a week we have to buy one more bundle?
That keeps
That's
it
a good
balanced
compromise.
Because it's kind of the same with like rations and water. Like this isn't the type of adventure where you have to worry about that. Whereas Tomb of Annihilation, like water and food is a big thing. You have to worry about that.
Well, that thing's actually trying to kill you.
Exactly, right. So I won't worry about that too much either with this particular adventure, but maybe just like a once a week thing and be like, hey, you got to go pick up some rations, just so you are spending some gold and all of that. So it won't be a big thing, but maybe like once a week, I'll probably say, hey guys, it's been about a week. You need to buy supplies, if you will.
Well, hey guys, once we get this mine open, we'll be swimming in cash, am I right?
We'll have quite a bit of cash, actually. I've actually been doing research. The book doesn't tell you how much gold to give the players; it just tells you 10%. So I've been looking at what other DMs do, and I got some ideas. You guys will like it, trust me. Because I like gold. Do you like gold?
I like gold!
And I'm the DM. I have an infinite amount of gold. Everybody gets 6,000 gold! No, I'm just kidding.
I mean, does the rogue have to answer that question?
Anyway,
it'll be nice. We can afford magic items.
Right.
That would be nice. Like healing potions, because that would be great.
All right. Everybody add their experience?
Yep.
Yes.
Into D&D.
Indeed.
All right, perfect. D&D Beyond, it's D&D. Oh god, here we go. All right, so back to kind of what you guys were seeing before the goblins decided they wanted to mess your day up. As Leon had seen, that the horses clearly belonged to Gundren and Sildar, the two people that you're supposed to be meeting in Phandalin.
Sorry, what was his name? Not Gundren, the other guy?
Sildar, Sildar.
Sildar.
Thank you.
I don't know if that worked, but anyway. Just trying to show you all what he looked like.
So I would recognize the name Sildar. I've met the.
Yep. You would all recognize. Uh-oh.
I'm okay.
Okay.
I chucked my water bottle at my fiance to fill up, and he did not catch it.
Fair enough.
Really poorly.
Well, how can he expect to be married if he can't do simple water bottle catching?
I know, right? I gotta throw the whole fiance out.
Start over.
Start over. Try again.
The fiance out with the bath.
Yeah, so you guys do you recognize that this is their horses. You notice that all the belongings are gone. A map case appearing to be empty is gone as well. And as I mentioned, I think Quillen, when you did a little investigation earlier, you could see tracks and stuff leading up into the woods, like going off to a different location. Yeah, that's what you know so far.
Okay, so at this point, I would definitely. I previously said to Leon what happened to the riders. I would be trying to determine what happened to the riders? Do I see?
So upon looking further, make make another perception check, but it'll probably be an easy DC since you notice something you're not.
All right, perception. That's a 12 plus a 6. So
yeah, for sure, no question. So you can tell. Let's see here. Gotta get to my notes. You can tell that just based on all the footprints and stuff around that the goblins have been using this area as a place to stage ambushes for quite a while. And like I mentioned earlier on your first check, you kind of see upon closer inspection that those footprints and stuff where they lead into the woods actually leads into like a trail, like a well-formed trail that has seen a lot of traffic because of all these ambushes and stuff that appears to have been happening per the footprints you see already.
Okay, at this point, I guess I would have moved kind of closer towards. I need to move my actual character. I would have moved closer towards the horses to look, and I would call back to Adelia and the Lady Mara and say, there appears to have been some type of ambush here, and this is not an uncommon thing. Clearly, some thing has been dragged from this location.
Yep. So you said you're moving closer to the horses or kind of checking out where that trail was?
Closer toward the horses, just while I did my investigation, you said that I saw that they led off somewhere.
Yep, so they lead up. Let me bring my drawer in here. So the horses are like here, right? So they like lead up here into like a trail. Obviously you can't see it on this map. This map is just a placeholder, but leads into that trail. And with such a good perception check at 18, you can tell that it also looks like 2 human-sized bodies have been hauled away from the ambush site going down that trail.
All right, so I would relay that information, saying it appears that they fucked off to the north.
All right, I'm gonna come around and kind of like move up too.
Okay.
I am attempting to move, but apparently, okay, whoa. I have no control.
You should.
She just goes.
She does, yes. Let's see. Adelia, you should have control. Let me make sure.
I do. It's being weird. Like when I click and hold to just try to drag it, it just doesn't.
Click on your token so you have the square boxes around it. And then from there you can click and there you go.
Oh, that's much better.
There you go.
Okay.
There you go.
Wee.
It'll take a minute to get used to it. And I'll move Leon.
So is anyone hurt?
Leon kind of looks at you and says, well, I could use a little healing because he's got that southern draw I caught on, so hopefully that's what he wants.
Okay.
I got a little scratch here if you could patch it up.
That was kind of creepy. I'm sorry. You want to put your hands on me?
You want to put your hands on me, little lady?
Hey, no paladins here, no lay on hands.
My cure wounds is touch. How much does he need?
He is 8 out of 12, so he does not need much. So I don't know if you have anything later.
So this is my last spell slot.
Okay.
Yeah. Do we want to do this or do we want to?
It's your choice. You're the player.
Oh man. I pat his arm and say, "You're okay for right now."
Because I mean, like we could also do a short rest and expend.
Yeah, and that's actually where we're at, guys. So what do you want to do? You've got this wagon of supplies for the 2 folks that, you got to deliver to this town. You got to deliver this to Barthen's supplies for them. Barthen's provisions for Gundren and Sildar, but you have found their horses in what appears to be 2 bodied trails dragging off into the woods. What do you want to do? Are you going to go to town and just maybe not worry about it? Or are you going to tie off the horses or tie off the wagon and stuff and see what's going on down this trail? Take a short rest, then do that? What do you guys want to do?
Well, see, Nana always told me to finish what I started.
See, but
question for DM:
Yes.
Would I have any perception as to how old these
like how old the markings and stuff are. Oh, hello.
Sorry, I said, would I have any idea, just based on the clues that I see, how old the track marks are where it was
So with your, again, going back, because you rolled 18 is actually pretty high for this particular part of the campaign. So you could tell that they were maybe a couple of days old. Like, these are actually fairly fresh. Because Gundren and Sildar were only about a day and a half's ride ahead of you. They headed out just a little bit earlier than you did.
Okay, so I would turn to Adelia and the Lady Myra and tell them, my friends, it seems that these tracks belong to Gundren and Sildar. They were dragged off, it looks like, no more than just a couple of days ago. I fear if we do not act with haste, they might not survive.
Well, we won't get our money, and I kind of liked. What's his name again?
Gundren.
I kind of like this guy.
I know. Sorry, guys.
I kind of like this guy. I kind of like that guy. He was nice, Gundren, and I mean, we should go help them, I think.
Honestly, I could care less about Gundren or his companion. I care about getting paid.
Well, that's always nice too.
Dead men pay no fees.
If he's not already dead.
And Leon kind
Well,
of.
I say let's go.
That's actually a good point. Is there anything to indicate that there is blood leading off on this?
No, there was no blood or anything that you could tell. Or maybe like just a few drops, but nothing that
Okay,
looked...
then I would say to Adelia, it does not appear that there is any blood on these drag marks to this trail leading to the north. Clearly, they were knocked unconscious and dragged alive.
What would they want with them?
Okay, what do I know about goblins off the top of my head?
So some of this might require me to share a little bit more about why Gundren hired you guys. So I shared earlier that there's
I would also like to see if I can recognize anything about the goblin culture. Like you mentioned, there were arrows. If I know anything about the particular type of arrows and the horses or any other signs.
Sure. For that, make...
Also, in my reading, in my past, would I have read anything about goblins as well? You can finish talking, but I'm sorry, I just...
No, you're fine. Make a... I want to say nature. Nature or history. Oh, that's one thing. History check. Make a history check.
I'm sorry, me?
Yes, sorry. Quaylen, you make a history check.
Okay, so my history and nature are actually both the same, so that doesn't really matter.
Sweet.
I got oh my god, I rolled an 18 plus 3, that's a 20.
Okay, so you kind of examine, and this might answer your questions, Myra, so we'll let this resolve real quick. Looking at the feathers on the arrows and stuff sticking out of the horses, and just kind of thinking back on kind of what you've living in this area, what you know about the goblins you've run into during your time, and any kind of that wildlife. You know that these goblins happen to be part of a particular clan known as the Cragmaw clan. They're pretty widely known for being the goblins that tend to do ambushes and stuff. They're even known to be hireable by certain individuals. But that's about all that you would know. You know that they're also they have a central base here in this area of the Sword Coast, but nobody knows quite where it's at.
Okay. Does Quellen relay that to us?
Maybe. You there, Antero?
Sorry about that. Yes, I would definitely, having
I'm back.
recalled all this, I would have related that.
All right.
Did I die?
You did not die.
Did I take
We sh-
another hit?
Nope.
Did someone
I think
heal
we
me?
should take. Nope, I think we should take a short rest. If
someone
you
else
sit
take-
down, Leon, if you sit down for a little bit and we take a little break, I think you'll heal up some.
It's not the worst it's been. I mean, it's just a scratch, really. Did you hear
You
that?
mentioned that.
Yep. So, yeah, what does the group want to do? So, I know you were gone, Mighty. Essentially, you guys killed the goblins. No trouble. You guys got it done. Everybody got 50 experience. I already tracked it on your character sheet on Beyond for you.
All right, thank you.
Yep. Basically, what has happened so far is the group has done some more investigation to the tracks and stuff around the area. Again, we've learned that the horses are Gundren's and Sildar's, the two folks who have hired you to help them out.
Yep.
Upon closer inspection, you learned that there were two human-sized trails leading into that one trail that Quellen noticed earlier before the fight. There was maybe just some small amounts of blood, nothing super concerning. But you all are kind of at a crossroads where you need to decide, do you want to figure out what's going on, see if these folks are okay? Do you want to finish your delivery of the supplies or tie it off and do this? You're just kind of at that decision point right now, and what do you want to do? And the group was kind of discussing.
All right, so I mean, pretty sure I've made my way down. We're all at the horses. Well, about do we happen to know about how far Phandalin is away from us, where we're at?
Yep, so you guys were only about a couple of days out. Here, let me move us back to the map here.
Can you say that one more time real quick?
Yep. You guys are here in this hex here. So you're about 20 miles out, about a day's journey.
And do we happen to know what kind of provisions we have in the wagon?
Yeah.
Like, is it perishable stuff? Is it stuff that can last?
Is it at the moment?
What was that, Quellen?
I'm sorry. I said, what time of day is it?
It's early. I'd say early afternoon, 2-3 o'clock.
I would, turn to the group and say, it seems that if we were to try to make our way to Phandalin, even if we rode all out, we would not be there until sometime tomorrow.
Like I said,
Yep.
though.
Yep. And then to answer your question, Mighty, as in regards to what's in the wagon, you guys are aware what's in it. I should hope so after several days of travel with it. It's packed full of an assortment of mining supplies and food. And it has a dozen sacks of flour, several casks of salted pork, 2 kegs of strong ale, shovels, picks, crowbars, lanterns, and a small barrel of oil. So nothing that's super perishable. I mean, flour and salted pork is not necessarily perishable. I mean, the pork is salted, which preserves it in a way. So nothing really perishable. No.
Okay, so we're not on a real big time. And which direction do those tracks go again?
Those tracks are heading in a northern direction, whereas your guys' current destination is heading east. The trail, I should say, follows east.
Oh, that doesn't make it easy.
I would recommend that time is of the essence here. If Gundren dies, we don't receive part of that sweet, sweet mine. And while that's not my primary reason for leaving Neverwinter, I would very much so like some of that coin.
You're not wrong. I was only thinking that maybe it would be best if we put everything, there, take everything to where we're supposed to, and at the very least, you know, hmm.
Gundren's horse is here. I do not see Gundren.
You're
Well,
not wrong. You're not wrong. It's just what would Gundren want us to do with this? Does he, obviously for self-preservation. It's,
I think the cart will be fine if we leave it here. Maybe hobble the horses and.
no. The cart
You
won't be
propose to
fine. We would
leave the
take it
cart
with
out
us,
in
so
the
we leave
open?
it.
Well, we could hide it.
There would be enough room for you guys to hide it. I will say that. It would be difficult to get it over the hill, which is why you couldn't pass. But again, you're near a wooded area, so.
I'm
Well,
going to
maybe
go
if
ahead
we go a few paces forward.
attempt to go back towards the cart and give it a tentative shove to see how hard it is.
To see how hard it is to move. Right? That's what you're.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Make a strength check for me. So d20 plus your strength mod.
That's just an 11.
11. So you kind of push it, and it nudges just ever so slightly, but not very much. Like a lot of the stuff in there, it's mining equipment. It's heavy.
And which beasts are pulling this? Is it horses, oxes?
It's 2 oxes. Oxen, rather.
I'm sorry. How steep is this incline?
The incline's it's like a 10-foot climb. Like a 10 move 10
Yeah,
feet.
so no way ox can get that up there then, right?
Right, they couldn't get it up
We
on the
can
incline.
backtrack. We weren't always with this incline. We can backtrack a couple yards, and I'm pretty sure we find something, someplace to hide this wagon.
I think that this sounds like a great idea, Miss Lady Myra and Leon. Perhaps we should try to uh, make a tactical advance in the other direction and tie this wagon up somewhere out of sight.
Dahlia, what do you think on this? You're kind of quiet. What do you got for us? What are you doing?
Well, pretty much just listening to everyone else. Kind of used to not being addressed very often. Never really asked for her opinion, so she doesn't just freely give it. She's just
Given
kind
a
of
choice
chilling.
between us, and I'm thinking, collectively, I think we all want to make sure Gundren's okay. Maybe let's do that. Let's try and hide the wagon up further behind from where we were. I'm sure collectively we can put something together. I mean, Delia, right?
Yeah.
Delia, I mean, I'm pretty sure you can put a crown on it and nobody would notice.
Oh, don't worry. The oxen already have crowns.
She's on top of it.
They fit right in.
And, I think, we also run into the problem that if we leave the wagon, what are we going to do about the ox? Tied up for how it's gone.
I would propose that I have some rope on my backpack here. Perhaps we could somehow cobble the oxen to nearby trees.
So I will tell you.
Is there any like is the forest just forest and trees, or is it like a grassy?
It's mostly just forest and trees, and I can tell you guys that as far as the safety of the wagon, like you actually can easily get it steered off the road and tied up and secure so that it will be safe. The goblins have been the main issue of this area. And this is what Cullen, you could tell from your thing. it was mostly like goblin tracks that you were seeing. You weren't seeing ogres or orcs or anything like that, that there's been any other traffic from other creatures or anything. So for the most part, the cart would be relatively safe as long as you guys get it off the road.
My friends, it appears that the tracks in this area belong to goblins and ogres, as I believe we all know are not quite as smart as the rest of us. I believe if we were to take the wagon off the trail, then it would not be of too great of a concern for
I agree.
Well,
I could
and to
climb
be
a
honest,
tree and bring down some branches to cover it.
no, that'll work. That'll work. It's just I'm just concerned a few things might go missing, and hey, that comes out of either way. Like I said earlier, money doesn't matter. I'm pretty sure we'd all want to make sure guns are okay. So let's go ahead and hide this wagon. Y'all
Agreed.
good for that?
Yep.
Alrighty then. Well, give me a moment. We gotta flip a Yui.
And again, it
Spend
doesn't.
however long.
Yui. Just like lean down and whisper to the bard, "What is he saying?"
He's saying he's going to turn the cart around.
Okay.
What's a Yui?
This might take me a few points. Just go on ahead and find a good spot. I'll catch up with you.
Sorry, is this
Doing
a
the Austin Powers with
16-point
the ox.
turn?
And have a reverse.
No, now, Bessie, now, bring it back. No, bring it back. Okay, now go forward. Okay, now, stop. Okay, now we gotta bring it back. Okay, hold on. No,
Jamal,
you keep
you
going
pay
the opposite
attention.
direction. Like I said, you guys go on ahead. I'll catch up.
Leon, take inspiration, dude. That's fantastic. Definitely mark yourself for some inspiration. I like it. All right, so some time goes on. You guys finally get the cart turned around.
No. I was gonna say, does this count as a short rest? But no, I'm actually actively trying to do something.
You are actively trying to do something. Yes.
What if Leon takes a short rest and we turn the oxen around?
Yeah,
I would be
like
safe to assume
volunteer
that I have the
Quellen
most experience driving the oxen. I've been the one whistling and chatting with them. You just put
True.
crowns on them.
Okay. Well, that was
Nah,
Adelia.
it's fine. It's fine. I'm fine with 8 for now. But yeah, no, like I said, you guys go on ahead. I'll catch up with you eventually.
Getting bored seeing this 16-point turn, Quellen will actually just go ahead and start wandering up the trail left by the goblins and ogres. Not traveling too far, but just scouting a little bit. And I'm traveling at half speed.
Okay. All right. Is anyone else going with them? I should say.
Adelia is climbing a tree to bring down some branches to cover the wagon.
All right. How about the lady? How's she doing? Does she going with him?
I'm watching Leon just kind of going, okay, he's fine, and she's fine up there, even though that looks dangerous. Where did Quellen go? I'm just gonna sit there and wait for Leon to be done with the oxen.
How long do you think that would take me to get it to a safe spot and cover it up?
Half hour, maybe. Yeah. Again, you guys are like late afternoon, so.
Damn, you two. Look. Okay, I get you. I know you didn't like trying to go back and forth, but maybe next time you just do what I say. We're gonna leave you here.
Are you talking to the oxen?
Yes, I'm talking to the oxen.
Okay.
I'm gonna leave you here. All right. There's a little bit of grass and some, so you should be fine. And you guys are big, so all right. Adelia, you done with that branch crown there?
She's just throwing branches down to like big leafy ones to cover it and stuff like that. The good coverage. She's just dropping them from
giant crown for the wagon.
Yes.
I'm pulling over the stuff she's dropping over to the wagon.
I mean, I helped them cover it up. All right. Once we're done. All right. You ladies think that's it's pretty well hidden?
You know,
Besides the
it
fact
looks.
that.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. No. You ladies first.
Oh, thank you. Well, I think it looks lovely. Maybe one of those flowers right here, and I go and I put, just to make it a little more.
You read my mind. Adelia is also like just like putting flowers in like strategic places.
I'm not sure, but I think that's what they call a woman's touch.
And it makes it so much better, doesn't it?
And I'd go for a little bit
Yes,
more
it's because he's
robust,
never
but
been touched by a woman.
as long as they keep our stuff in there.
Sorry,
Whoa,
she doesn't say that. She ain't that mean, but like that's what first popped in my head.
That's hilarious. All right. So, Quellen, Quellen. I don't know. Sorry, I feel like I'm saying it wrong. But anyway, you are heading down the trail, correct?
Yeah, I would not go further than maybe about a half mile, but I just wanted to scout ahead a little bit with stealth to see if there was any traffic coming towards.
Okay.
All right, so we know the general direction he went when we started on this little adventure of ours, right?
Yeah.
Alrighty then. I'm gonna go ahead and if the girls don't object, I'm gonna go ahead and lead the way towards where we know Quaylen left.
Okay. You guys are able to catch up to the area where you see dead goblins because you guys didn't clean up your mess or anything, so they'll just lay there, which is totally fine. You guys had.
Can I investigate the goblins to see if I can find any shiny things?
Sure.
Or
Go
did
ahead.
we already do that?
We did not actually.
I forgot to do that. I feel bad now.
They're just goblins. What can they have?
Investigation.
A 500 gold piece gem. Well, shit.
17.
You rolled a 17? Okay, sure.
I rolled a 17.
Sure.
Well, I rolled a natural 12 plus 5.
Gotcha. Are you just checking one? Are you checking all?
I was thinking all if nobody else did. Unless somebody else wants to check them.
Nah, you got this. For the sake of
Okay.
Goblins are gross. Dead goblins are gross.
Nope.
No, actually, Adalia is searching for moss.
So you search through, we really don't find anything of value, more so like the weapons or anything like the armor and all that. It's all just junk. Like it's because it's goblins, right? However, you do manage to find 8 gold pieces amongst all 4 of them. So a total of 8 gold pieces.
All right, and I go and give...
Give me a second, guys.
We each get 2 of them.
All right.
Quellen is nowhere near you. He does not know.
All right, I hold on to Quellen's pieces.
All right, sounds good. So Quellen, since you're kind of ahead of the group right now, let's go ahead and I'm going to do some stuff with you. As you are heading in, sorry guys, I'm all stuffed up here. You end up seeing about 10 minutes into your walk, you end up spotting where is it? It's a snare trap. What do? You can see it because you're perceptive enough.
Yeah, my passive perception is 16.
Yeah, no, that's why. Yeah, you saw it. You saw it for sure. It's like not well hidden, like it's goblin made snare trap. So you do see it. What do you do about it?
I will leave it where it is, and I will just walk around it. And to the right of the trail, I'll kind of continue up, but not on the trail, just being slightly off the trail. Continue scouting ahead for just about another maybe a quarter.
Okay. So you said about another quarter mile.
All right.
Yeah,
did we
I'm
catch
not
up
trying
to
to
him?
get too far ahead of the group. I just want to try to make sure that there's no one heading back down to the ambush.
Sure. And you don't see anybody coming down the trail. So Now we cut back to our other 3 heroes, and you guys start to head in to catch up. And by now, Quellen, you've made that quarter mile. You've stopped. You're kind of waiting for the group, correct?
Well, he's going at half pace. I'm pretty sure if nothing's happened, I'm pretty sure it's safe for us to go full pace. So I would say we catch up pretty quick.
I would like to cast Minor Illusion on the spot where the snare trap was.
Okay.
And I would like to put the image of a rabid squirrel.
All right.
A what?
A rabid squirrel
Okay.
on the spot where the snare trap would be activated.
Now, if you do
Prior
that, just
to
mechanically
that
wise, the spell is only a range of 30 feet, so you maybe wouldn't have gone the full quarter mile.
Okay. Well, crap.
Even though I really like what
I
you're
guess
trying to
that-
do.
Okay, well, I put it there expecting it to stay, and then after I left the distance, it just faded, I guess.
Okay, all right. So, rest of the gang, you guys, who's in the lead? Who's taking point? I think Leon, you said you were.
Yeah, I'm on it.
All right. So, Leon, as you start to lead Adalia and Myra into the trail, you also approach the snare trap, and you can see it. You just barely, kind of like out of the corner of your eye, you kind of catch that something looks a little funky, and you can tell that there's just something not right around there. So you know that there's a trap there. How do you?
All right.
how are you
If
gonna
it's
deal
just a
with that?
snare trap, can I just take my my sword real quick and just kind of like cut the pivotal ropes and make it a?
Huh? And make it set it off.
No, it's to kind of set it off, or like like roughly disarm it. I guess you could say.
Sure. You make a dexterity check.
fine.
Dex. Yeah, I can't think of any of the skills that. Would
Well,
be-
like I said, I'm not trying to step in it or anything.
Right.
my
You're just
dagger
trying to
and
disarm it. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do a dex check for me.
Well, that's a
You said that's a 1?
that's a 1.
So, sorry, buddy. As you try to do it, you accidentally step too far in and set it off. Now I need you to make a dex saving throw.
Rip Leon.
That's a dirty 20.
That's a dirty 20.
Not a natural 20, but it adds up to 20.
So at the same time, no, you're fine. So at the same time as you kind of accidentally like fumble trying to disarm it and trip and activate the trap, you're also quick enough to not let the rope catch you. So you manage to step back out, and so now the trap just went off with a rope hanging in the tree,
Damn.
where your foot
Damn,
would
damn,
be had you been caught.
Ooh, boy. Good thing that wasn't a snake, man. That bit me. Well, at least that's done and over with. Shall we?
All right, are you ladies good to go?
Yes, by the way, did I find any moss?
Did you find any moss?
Yes.
Make an investigation check.
Yes. Adalia's just been looking for moss this whole time.
Are you sure you're
And
not a
what
druid?
on the north side, right?
Hey,
Well,
there's always
see,
a chance to
it's
multi-class.
it's an old trick Nana taught me. You pack moss in a wound, and it's basically dressing.
Oh.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Just it'll scab over. It's not the worst I've had. Don't worry.
It's just a little moss. It grows in nature. It's not like it really bothers me.
Yeah, but it's also been on the ground or a tree for God knows how long.
You just rinse it off a little.
With what? A little bit of spit shine, and then that's it.
Well, I could
Oh.
probably.
Spit on it. Like, I have a water flask.
Only about a quarter mile north or so. Would I have heard this snare trap?
Well,
I don't know. That's far.
No, quarter mile is far. Quarter mile is far. You would not have heard it go off because it's not like it makes a loud snapping sound or anything. If anything, it probably sounded like a lot of tree or like leaves bristling or whatever. Someone moving their leaves.
To you, that far, it would be like a gust of wind through some trees.
Right. So I just wanted to let you all know that if I had heard it go off, I would feel really bad for not triggering it.
That's fine. I made it out.
He did make it out. Did you want to do that check for the moss, Adelia?
Oh, yeah, like totally got distracted. Hold on.
You're good.
Wow. 8.
8?
Whole
You're,
8.
it's fine. This was a low DC because you're in the freaking forest. There's moss.
Cool. I'm picking up moss.
This was just in that chance you rolled like a 2 or a 1 where it'd be like, yeah, no, you don't find any moss. What's moss?
What?
But
I've never been in a forest in my life.
An 8 does it for you.
There's
so
this yellow stuff over here. Does that count?
No, that's dangerous. No, I'm just kidding. All right, so you guys do end up catching up to Quailin there. So are you guys gonna proceed on?
Yeah. No. And by the way, Quaylen, we got the wagon covered. No thanks to you. What'd you find out?
Well, I found a snare trap about a quarter mile back.
Found that too.
The shade.
Well, then we are in agreement. We both found the snare trap.
Yeah. Took care of it too.
It's okay. He almost got caught up in it, but he saved himself.
He don't
He just
even
had to
know
live.
that.
I
What matters
thought
is
it
it's dealt
obvious
with.
and
Did you
left
find
it
what we're
where
looking
it
for?
was.
Did you find
So
Gundren?
as you guys catch up with one another, it has started to move into that lower point of the evening. Because let's see here. So I'd say it's like 5 or 6 o'clock in the afternoon by now, given everything that you've done.
So where is these tracks leading us? What are we following?
They're still continuing to lead you north. You still haven't quite come out of the woods yet.
Anything new, fresh, Quaylen? Kind of following your lead here.
Yep. Oh, sorry, you're not talking to me.
No, I'm talking to Quaylen. He's the one that's tracking, so I'm just following.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear what you said. Say it again.
I'm trying to gauge Quaylen, ask Quaylen as if he's found new clues, because I'm not looking. I'm going off of his lead.
I scouted ahead a bit, but I have not seen anything yet. I feel like we should continue investigating further north along this trail.
Okay.
We haven't. I think it best if.
Yep. So you
I
guys.
believe I will take the point.
By all means, stop you. If you ain't finding new by nightfall, I think it's best for us to go back.
Next time I come across a trap, I'll make sure to deal with it before
That's
you
not what
get.
I'm asking. If you don't find any more clues or any more direction going.
Sorry, it's really hard to hear. I didn't hear what you said.
I'm sorry. It might the weather, so I do apologize. But I'm trying to ask. Hey, if we don't find clues that tell direction, perhaps
You rest for the night. I think I know what you're trying to ask, Mighty, because you're still cutting in and out pretty bad. I think he's asking, like, if we don't find anything here shortly, we should, find a spot to rest. Like, do a long rest since it's starting to get evening.
yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
So, you guys are going to continue down the trail for a little bit then?
Yeah.
All right. And
I guess keeping an eye out.
Yep. And Quellen, you're taking the lead on this?
Yeah, Quellen would definitely be heading along the trail, taking the lead, and he would advise the rest of the group to move basically at half speed so they can take.
Following his lead.
All right. So you all start moving kind of at that half-speed pace. About another hour, because you're going at half speed, about another hour goes by. The sun is definitely starting to get low, but it's still bright enough out that you can see. Quellen, as you start to approach, as you start to move forward a little more here after this hour time has passed, you actually do again catch something that just doesn't seem like it's sitting right on the trail. And you actually notice a makeshift cover over the ground that appears to be weak enough that if someone stepped on it, they'd fall through.
Let me check what I have in my equipment.
Cool. I would just like to remind my GM that as an Outlander, or a Ranger, I have a Natural Explorer, and Forest is my favored terrain type.
Ooh, good point.
So, like, I'm literally at home.
Yes. Even further, why it wasn't difficult for you to find moss.
Yeah, that makes sense. I'm just like, I want to find moss. I think it's going to be right behind me, and it's there.
There it is. Yeah.
It'd be a real shame.
And thank you for the reminder.
Right behind me.
Sorry, on D&D Beyond, I'm trying to find where my equipment is, and suddenly I've lost it.
No worries. You can see below your armor class, action, spells, equipment.
Alright, I got it here. Seeing the whatever it was that you were describing, I'm going to go ahead and throw a hammer at the ground there.
Okay. So you throw the hammer, and as it hits where the ground doesn't look so great, you just see all of it just crumble, and the hammer just goes straight down, and it reveals you see a pit. It looks to be about 6 feet wide and about 10 feet deep.
Well, I never liked that hammer anyway.
I'm gonna walk up to it, and is there spikes at the bottom of it?
No spikes or anything like that.
I'm just gonna look down and like, dang, that'd made giving somebody a bad day. Bad case of the
particular
drop.
gnome, maybe.
Well, if there's no spikes, I would like to crawl down and retrieve my hammer.
Okay. If you do want to crawl down, make a dex. What are words? Make a acrobatics check.
Sweet. I'm proficient in that. I get a holy shit 20.
Like a ninja.
Right, you just jump down there like a fucking ninja and just like land like ninja style, like you know, like I'm a badass.
I get the 3-point landing and everything, right?
Exactly.
Can I just clap?
Yes.
I'm
Just a
gonna
soft
join it
golf clap.
Well done. Well done.
That was fabulous.
Doing that 3-point landing, it's hard on the knees, man. Best not to do it. It looks cool, but it ain't worth it. Long run.
You are able to gather your hammer. It wasn't hidden or anything like that. This is truly just a 10-foot deep pit.
These goblins are not the cleverest of beings.
Yeah, neither of you says, being down there 10 foot down. Come on. I'm going to reach down and try and give him something to, latch onto as he climbs up. Reach my arm down.
I refuse Leon's help.
Okay.
Oh, the machismo.
Then, show off. Let's go.
With or without his help, the pit walls are not super steep, so you are able to scramble out. Without a check. The only reason you had a check going in is to make sure you could land without taking damage. But you can climb out, no problem.
Well,
Cool,
move on, fearless leader. Let's go.
This is going to be great. All right. Are you guys going to continue on? Again, another hour had passed, so the sun is definitely going down. Do you guys want to continue to do a little bit of night travel, or are you going to take a long rest?
I'm fine with a little bit of night travel. Just like I said, I'm just kind of I'm starting to give Whalen kind of this be done yet kind of look.
I'm just going to throw this reminder out here that Leon cannot see in the dark.
I can't hear you. I'm sorry.
Oh, I was saying...
Lovely silent reminder.
Silent reminder. My mic just cut out there. Frickin' Discord. Leon cannot see in the dark, so don't forget about that.
All right, I'll go take his hand and make sure he can see.
I mean, I'm sure I can at least see, a little bit, not, I mean, obviously not very much. I know that much, but enough. Like I said, I'm following other people.
Sure. I'd say right now you're probably starting to see a dim light for your vision. The rest of you're seeing all just fine because you all got dark vision. So, you're It's no
Yeah,
different
and
for you.
Quellen's going to continue to take the point forward.
Okay.
So in the entire 2 hours we've been following this trail, we haven't found like any other footprints. Are we following are we following just the trail, or are we following a set of footprints or tracks?
So it's a trail with a set of tracks with 2 humanoid body drag marks. That's all you've seen. You haven't seen anything else. The trail hasn't gone anywhere else. You've just ran into a couple of these traps that had walk-arounds that walk-arounds. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. Like, had you been able to see them, which you guys were able to, but you just set the traps instead of, walking around them, except for Quillen back on the first one. Anyway, you don't run into anything, but as you guys kind of are coming to, you continue past this pit trap. I'd say about another hour goes by, and you can start to see an opening in the woods. Looks like it's going to come out into a clearing.
What if we stop before we get to the clearing so we can rest, so we're not out in the open? You know the woods better than I do. I mean, I've only read about them.
Adelia, do you see anywhere around here where we might be able to...
Well, without setting a fire, I'm kind of useless. I can barely see, past my nose, so...
Also,
Yeah,
I
no,
know
this-
Quellen was talking to Adelia, but it cut out.
My apologies, dear Adelia. I was asking if you knew or you could see anywhere around here where we might be able to make some type of...
Well, there's a nice clearing right there.
I'm thinking we're wanting a little bit of tree cover. See some bedroll.
Well, then you could always sleep in the tree. Just
I've
tie
never slept
yourself
in a
to
tree.
it, you won't fall out.
What part of any of this, kind of gesturing to himself, seems I'm graceful enough to sleep in a tree?
That's why I said you tie yourself to it, and then you don't fall out.
That don't sound very... You can go up in the
What if
tree.
you accidentally slip out and then you get hanged up on it?
Well, I mean,
That's
that just
Yeah, with that kind
depends
of
on how
history in
good
my
you are at
mind,
tying
gonna
rope.
happen.
neck.
Maybe if it was a big ass tree. I'm just gonna go ahead. I'm gonna go find a nice little spot over here inside the tree grove, and I'm gonna go to bed because I can't see a damn thing. And the last thing I do is set a fire, and so I'm useless, so I'm out. All right, sound good?
Okay.
So, just to be clear, Mighty Wolf, is Leon trying to walk out into the clearing, or is he trying to make off somewhere?
He's very cautiously walking and trying to find a soft patch. Isn't like rooted. It doesn't have.
So he's not going into the clearing, correct?
He's struggling to do because he can't very well.
Okay, so Quellen would absolutely try to distance himself from whatever weird noises this blind human is making, and he's going to walk at about 30 to 40 meters off into the woods to try to bunker down for the evening.
Okay. So but nobody's going into the clearing, correct? Just so
No.
I know for sure. Okay. Just making sure.
Very suspicious. You really want to go into that
No, I'm just clarifying. The darn curse of the DM is how do you clarify without making your player suspicious?
You don't clarify. You let them fall into the trap.
That's fair. That's fair. All right. Well, then with that, you guys do you do manage to have a relatively sleep-full night. No real issues. Nobody comes up and down the trail. So not sure why that is, but nobody did. You guys don't know why no one's coming, but you do manage to sleep well and succeed in having a full long rest. So you guys can mark yourself off on Beyond as having a long rest. And then it is 11 o'clock for me Eastern time, so I do need to go to bed because I have work in the morning.
Fair enough.
So we'll call it here for now, and then we will pick up as you guys go into the clearing. See what happens.
Oh, see,
Okay.
now it's the clearing
Cool.
again. The heck?
We always come back. We're always coming back to the clearing.
All right.
All right.
You guys have
Alright.
fun?
Awesome.
Yeah. Well, I hope you guys had fun. A little.
That was way fun.
Okay.
Thank
good.
you.
Good. Yes. Well, we will
Hope you-
definitely.
Absolutely.
I hope you guys like Leon.
Yes.
Too
I
annoying.
like all your characters.
I love
think
I
it's-
love all your characters too, guys. Like I love it. I love the dynamics you're all creating already. This is gonna be great.
Oh yeah, no. I'm gonna be real snippy with Quaylith. Oh, it's gonna be great.
Yeah, there's a
don't
little
ever-
bit of machismo going on.
Oh yeah. No, trust me. You know the fact that you jumped into a hole. He's already gonna comment on that. Oh great, hole jumper. Let's go.
Keep in mind, my guy's 242 years old.
And I'm a young brat compared to you, and I'm gonna live up to it.
Sounds awesome.
I can dig it.
And Adelia and I are sitting in the back going, I like your flowers.
Flowers are really
Just making crowns for each other. Just like,
Yeah, just braiding each other's hair.
Oh shit! There's goblins. We should probably help them.
You don't think arrow sticking out of shoulder? No.
nah, you'd be too busy trying to show up each other and who could kill the most goblins, and we're just like, what?
What's going on?
Oh,
Later
goblins.
down in the campaign, it's some massive like Lord of the Rings battle. Quaylith takes down a gigantic elephant. Still only counts one.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
That's fantastic. I love it.
This is awesome.
Well, good. I'm glad you guys are enjoying it. So we'll continue. We got plenty more to go. We are just scratching the surface of this adventure. So thank you guys for coming. The Discord is always open. I'm usually on playing Final Fantasy or something if I'm not playing Dungeons and Dragons. So always feel free if you guys want to chat. You
Alright.
can always hop and chat. Share the memes. I love the memes. So
Thank you.
I gotta get going. I'll catch you guys later.
yep. Have a good night, Mighty.
See ya.
Okay. All right.
Bye.
Thanks so much, guys.
Yep. Good night,
And I'll
guys.
get my
Yeah, I'll-
backstory to you, Gear.
Okay, sounds good, and we'll see what else we can work into it, because I do want to do that. I want to get your guys' backstories worked into the story. Just because we're doing a pre-written adventure doesn't mean we still can't make it work.
That's
Mhm.
right.
I tried my best to make it real easy to just kind of be like, there you go.
Yep. Nope. I really like yours, Mighty. I like everybody so far. So, Brooke, I look forward to hearing yours as well.
Yes, it's coming. The 30-page paper is
All right.
in my Word document.
Hey, you're not allowed to have one longer than mine.
I'm joking. I only have
INTP
223
life.
223 words. I'm okay. You're okay.
There you go.
Okay.
All right. Well, I am out of here, guys. Have a good night.
All right. You too.
Good night.
All right, good night, everybody.